Welcome to Should You Platinum, a show where I talk about a game I've recently got the platinum in and share my experience of the platinum journey and whether or not I think you should platinum it. The Resident Evil series always offers a fun platinum experience that gets you to play the game multiple times in various different ways to earn the trophies, and the Resident Evil 1 remake was my favourite platinum journey of all time, so needless to say I was excited to get into the Resident Evil 4 remake and begin my platinum journey, and after hours and hours of playing this game and finally getting the platinum, I would 100% say, with confidence, plat it. However, I wouldn't advise you to platinum it the way I did. You see, I very much did this the hard way and the bullshit way, especially to unlock a specific trophy, which greatly increased the difficulty of the platinum for me. I am of course talking about the Gun Fanatic trophy for getting all of the weapons in the game, and more specifically, unlocking the last weapon, the hand cannon. Now, originally, when I started my platinum journey, the only way to get this weapon was to beat the game on professional difficulty under a new game save file without using any bonus weapons. And trust me when I say this was really tough, like this brutal. So yeah, don't get the hand cannon that way, and instead take advantage of the free Mercenaries DLC Capcom released, as if you earn an S rank on all 3 of these Mercenaries stages with any of the characters, you are rewarded the hand cannon, and this is a much easier and faster way to get that weapon and by part that trophy, and it also reduces the amount of playthroughs needed for the platinum, so playing Mercenaries should be the first thing you do. Okay, so let's have a quick trophy overview. There are 25 bronze trophies, 10 silver trophies, 4 gold trophies, and 1 shiny platinum for you to earn in Resident Evil 4 Remake, so there's a nice mixture of trophies there. So step 1 in this new roadmap would be to play through Mercenaries mode, complete all 3 stages and earn S rank on all 3 of them. You can do this with any character, and it can also be a mixture of characters, so you could S rank stage 1 with Leon and then do the other 2 with Luis and still get the hand cannon. Step 2, we now need to play the campaign, and to do this I'm just going to say do a story playthrough on whatever difficulty you like for fun and just enjoy the game first of all. So here you'll probably get a load of trophies as we go along. So I unlocked, the first trophy I got was Knife Basics Bronze Trophy for parrying an enemy with a knife. So when an enemy is about to attack you, just press the L1 button to block with your knife. Now I think I did it with this character here, or someone who threw an axe at you, you can do it that way, but as soon as they attack, just block with the parry button and you'll get that trophy. It's a fairly simple one and you're bound to do that at some point during your playthrough. Another one that you'll easily get is a bronze trophy called Nice One Stranger for doing 1 merchant request. Now these are new side missions in the remake that you'll find on walls. They're these little blue bits of paper. Usually there'll be a mission where you have to shoot out 5 medallions, maybe kill a mutated dog, find some lost treasure in the hedge mage area, or whatever it is. Just pick one of those and do one. Kill some rats and you'll get that trophy for doing your first merchant request. The Revolt Against the Revolting Bronze Trophy requires you to destroy one of the statues. Now these are one of the few collectible types in the games, and there are 1 statue per chapter, so in total there are 16 of these for you to find. You'll see a note on a document about them, and in the same area as that, early on in the village, there's one of these statues in the corner, and you can always hear them, so you'll easily be able to see one at some point. Next up, I got the Bronze Trophy Amateur Shooter for completing one of the shooting ranges. Now, these are secret rooms that you can find near some of the merchants. I think Chapter 3 has one, maybe 13 and 14 and chapter 9, and all you have to do is go down the lift and go up to the counter and start one of the shooting games. We need to do this for a trophy later on to get S rank in all of them, but this trophy will pop for just completing one regardless of the rank you get. Next up we have a story trophy called Harpoon Hurler, which is for killing the Del Largo. Now I really hated this boss fight because I'd have to throw so many spears into him, but just remember, you can move the boat left and right, so when he jumps out at you like you see here, make sure you dodge left or right, and when you're about to hit those trees, usually you're better off just going to the left of them, and as soon as you kill the boss, you'll get this trophy and finally get away from this annoying boss fight. There's another trophy we can get for upgrading our weapon called My Preferred Piece. Now you upgrade your weapons using the peseta money that you find from enemies that you kill or in barrels, and you can upgrade your weapons at the merchant shop. So there's one of the options you can go is tune up, and as soon as you upgrade any of the weapon, any of the types as well, power, durability, on the knife or a pistol or shotgun, whatever you do, the first one you do will give you that trophy. We can also get a trophy for saving Ashley when she gets grabbed, and playing through the game, this is bound to happen at some point where you just get it and you frantically try and save her by either shooting the enemy so he drops Ashley or using the knife to stab them so they also drop Ashley, and the first time you do this you will get the trophy, and you can see me doing it here as I chase the guy down and then blast him with the shotgun. The trophy pops up, so that's another easy one to get. Okay, so this is a little bit of a trickier one. We need to get 3 kills with a flashbang, and I did it here at the Chainsaw Sisters fight during this little tight cabin because there was a lot of these enemies that were mutating with these Pelagus things coming out of their heads, and these are the enemies that we can kill with a flashbang. So as soon as I saw 3 were here, I threw it, but there'll be a load of opportunities later on in the game to get this, so don't worry if you don't get it here. You'll see a load of enemies with these later on. Okay, another story trophy is the silver grilled big cheese trophy for killing Mendez. Now this for me was the worst fight in the game because I was always running left and right trying to dodge the things that he throws and then just setting myself on fire, as you can see here. So this fight is definitely a bit of a pain in the arse. I just don't think it worked as well as it did in the original, and it's one of the few times where I think the original did it better, but as soon as you kill Mendez you'll get the silver trophy. Okay, so next up we have to kill a Zealot with a cannon, and this happens in the castle section of the game. You can do it pretty much as soon as you get to the castle, as you run all the way up dodging all of the cannons that they're shooting at you to get your cannon to fire back and blow up the gate. Before you go through this blown up gate, make sure you shoot some of the nearby Zealots that are rushing towards you on the bridge. If you do it there, or if you do it a bit later on, after doing the El Gigante fight, which you can see in this clip, you can get the trophy there as well. So here we have a bronze trophy called Astute Appraiser, and that's just for selling a treasure for a total value of 100,000 pesetas, whatever that is, and this is what you'll do. You'll just basically pick up one of the crowns that you can find. You can find one on the island, and there's one in the castle just before you go through that tight gap that Liam smashes through a wall kind of thing, and then you just need to make sure you put a different coloured gem in every slot, and then you'll be able to sell it for 100,000. There's another boss fight now. We get a trophy called No Thanks Bro, I think it was, for killing Salazar. Now this fight I really enjoyed. The trick to this fight is to just stay behind a pillar and use that for cover, and then just shoot him when he opens his mouth, and then drop down to stab him to do more damage. You can also kill him by throwing 2 golden eggs at him. One you'll find at the chicken pen when you're on the boat, and another is in his castle. Okay, so the bronze trick shot trophy requires us to shoot 5 targets with 1 bullet in the shooting gallery, and you can do this with a sniper rifle in one of these challenges here, where you see the pirates all line up in a row at the far left or right hand sides. So just aim at the head of one of them at the front, and you should hit a bunch of the targets and easily get that trophy. That's quite a good one, and you're bound to get it when you go for the S ranks as well. Okay, whilst we're still in the shooting gallery, I got the real Deadeye Gold trophy for S rank in all of the shooting ranges. So you won't be able to do this until later on, once all of the shooting gallery challenges become available. And this is one of the tougher trophies in the game, especially now we're not having to do the pro new game run. So this may take a while, but just remember, the pirates with the dynamites can be shot. If you shoot the dynamite, it'll blow them all up, and basically you just want to always try and get the bonus requirement to get into the bonus round to easily get the points. So the 2 bugs 1 stone trophy requires us to kill 2 of those bugs that are inside those regenerating enemies with a single bullet. So you want to use the sniper rifle for this with the thermal scope thing on so you can see them, and I got it on this one here near the end of the game. When he flops out and lands on the floor, you can easily get them, but there's also that room with the 4 test tubes that you could probably get it on quite easily in there when you knock one out. So that sounded dodgy. There's a bronze trophy called You Used to Be a Good Guy for defeating Jack Krauser. Now this is quite a long fight, and you'll definitely want to go into it with the upgraded knife so that your durability on it is better and it doesn't break when he attacks you, because it really does a lot of damage to your knife when you parry him. And then in the second phase of the fight, just use your guns and the knives if you can, and once you take him out, you'll get that trophy. Okay, so we can get an exclusive upgrade ticket upgrade by using the purple spinels that we get for doing the merchant's requests, and after upgrading every single bit of the weapon, the exclusive upgrade becomes available, so you can either spend those spinels on it or to buy a ticket to then use on it, or you can just pay a load more money to unlock it. And as soon as you do that on any weapon fully upgraded, you'll get the masterpiece trophy. So we can get a gold trophy at the end of the game for defeating Sadler. Sadler's quite a tough boss to fight on the first time through, but every other playthrough you do, he'll be really easy. You just shoot the glowing eyes, weak points, and just run around and try and get the ammo. And then in the second phase, you just gotta basically wait until Ada throws you the rocket launcher to finish him off. Just remember to dodge with circle and move left and right when he slams one side of his tentacles down. Once he dies, you'll get the trophy, and then once you complete the game escaping on the jet ski, you'll get the Promising Agent bronze trophy for finishing the game on story, difficulty or higher. Now, your first playthrough will probably take you anywhere between 10 and 20 hours. It just depends on how much you've done, how much you explore, and how long it's took you really. You can see I got 16 hours there and I got a B rank, but that's fine because we can get the better ranks later on. So now with that done, we move into step 3 of the platinum journey. So after each completion, you want to make sure you save that completed save file, and then we want to do New Game Plus on Assisted, and here we're going to get 100% of all the collectibles, the treasures, the statues and the merchant requests. So we'll get our first bronze trophy at the end of the village section once we have found all of the village treasures. So we can buy a village treasure map as well as the island and castle treasure maps from the merchant, and it will mark all the collectibles on the map, be them in boxes or hanging in these little things like that. Once you find all of them, at the end of the village section, you'll get the bronze bandit trophy. Inside the castle, we can get a mixed trophy for killing a Garador using just a knife, and you want to do it on this very first one that you encounter near the start of the castle section, as you're just fighting him alone. Just make sure you always crawl and try and avoid those chains that are hanging from the ceiling, and just sneak up behind him, and as soon as you see the prompt, press R1 or L1, whatever it is, to stab him. Once you do that a couple of times, he'll eventually die, so you want to make sure you're doing it unassisted because he'll be a lot easier to kill. We can get another Misc boss trophy, Wave Goodbye Right Hand, by killing the Verdugo enemy. Now this is that big creature that just respawns all the time, and you have to try and freeze him with those pipes, and it will take a lot of ammo, trust me, and you probably skipped him on your first playthrough and just got out of the area without killing him once that lift came. But if you keep shooting at him, you can eventually kill him, and once you do, you'll get the Wave Goodbye Right Hand bronze trophy. We can get a trophy in chapter 11 called Hope You Like Thrill Rides, and that is for basically getting through the 2 minecart sections without taking any damage to the cart. Luckily you can make a save just before the first cart section, so you can easily reload that if you fail it. The first section is the easiest one. Just make sure you shoot the enemies as soon as they appear. Try and focus on the enemy themselves instead of the cart. And in the second one, just make sure you blast the chainsaw guy so he doesn't hit you. Once you get through both sections without taking damage, you'll get the trophy. So the bronze capacity compliance trophy requires you to go all the way up in the lift without it stopping, and it will only stop when enemies jump onto the platform that you're on. So make sure you blast them away. This one took me quite a few attempts. Use the magnum if you have it to kill the red enemy that just turns everyone into the Pelagus things, and just blast everyone and make use of the barrels. This one will definitely take you a couple of tries, but just reload checkpoint if you see someone jump on it to try again. We can get the Raider Bronze Trophy once we find all of the castle treasures at the end of the castle section just before the boss fight with Salazar. You'll find this hanging one here on the scaffolding. Shoot that down, pick up the treasure. Again, you can buy the treasure maps from the merchant, so these will be really easy for you to find as you travel through this area. And once you get all of them, you get the Bronze Trophy. Next up, we have a trophy that requires us to throw a grenade right into Salazar's mouth. So make sure you crafted one just before you go in there, or you have one on your inventory already. And what you want to do is basically just shoot him until he starts to open up his mouth, and then get ready to throw a grenade right in on him. You have to actually hit him in the face with it, kind of thing. So yeah, as soon as you do that, the grenade will instantly explode. You'll probably get a bit of damage taken yourself, but you'll also get the trophy for doing it. So we can get a silver trophy, Jack of all trades, once we complete all of the merchant requests. And I think these go right up to the island. I'm pretty sure it's in the island. So you'll find a bunch in each of the areas, and they generally repeat the sort of same ones: finding all the blue medallions, killing certain enemies, finding certain treasures, those sort of things, and killing rats. You do that quite a lot as well, and once you do all of them, you'll get the trophy.
But I didn't see that one.
We can get a trophy called Burglar for finding all of the island treasures, which is the same as the other two areas. So once you find the final treasure at the merchant shop, well, just outside it, just before the final boss fight, you'll get the trophy, providing you've found all the others. So yeah, again, make sure you buy the merchant maps right away so that you know exactly where all the treasures are, and as soon as you get your last one, you'll get the Burglar trophy, and they have to all be done in the same playthrough, I think. I think they don't carry over. You can get a silver trophy for destroying all of the statues, and these collectibles do carry over across multiple playthroughs, so if you miss one in one playthrough, you can get it in another, and if that's the last one you needed, you'll still get the trophy. So I found the final one, the 16th one in each chapter, just here. Blew it up with a rocket launcher, probably a bit overkill, but yeah, as soon as you find all of them, you'll get the trophy. So there's a bronze trophy in the jet ski sequence at the very end of the game called Smooth Escape, and this just requires you to get through this section without taking damage, and there is a typewriter here just before this, so you can save a save file here and reload it, or restart the checkpoint if you see you take damage. There's a health meter for the jet ski in the bottom right corner of the screen, so just keep an eye on that, because sometimes you can hit the little crates and it won't actually count as damage. So just keep retrying until you get that trophy. So at this point, I also unlocked the silver sprinter trophy for beating the entire game in under 8 hours, and that sounds quite quick, but believe me, you can beat it in a lot quicker time than that. So this one you'll probably just naturally get without really going for it. Even if you're getting all the collectibles in this run, you can still easily beat it in under 8 hours. As you can see from the stat screen, I did it in 5 hours 41, but if you don't get it here, don't worry, there'll be other trophies later where we're doing the game in a lot quicker time. So now we move on to step 4 of the Platinum journey, and here we once again are play on assisted New Game Plus, and this time we're going to do a pistol and knife only run, and we're never going to visit the merchant. So you can keep a track of this stat within the challenge menu of the pause menu, so you can always keep an eye on whether you've done it or not. I think you always need to be on 0 to know that you haven't used another weapon other than the pistol or knife, and you can actually kill enemies with the cannons in the castle, and you can also shoot out barrels to kill enemies that way. That doesn't count as using a different weapon either. But one of the things you must definitely not use are the hand grenades, small grenades, or the flashbangs, as they will void the trophy. Likewise, the hand cannon is a magnum, so you can't use that either. And you want to be saving all your money now in order to get 2 million for the infinite RPG that we're going to use in the next playthrough. So yeah, if you can beat the game using just the pistol and knife, you'll get the Silver Minimalist Trophy. So this one was a fairly easy challenge, to be fair, because at this point I've already upgraded my pistol. I think I was using the Red 9, which is quite a powerful pistol. I think it's that one you can find in the middle of the lake when you're on the boat in the village section of the game, and that one served me well, along with the Primal Knife that I unlocked, which doesn't break, so that's another useful one to use. Also got the Silent Stranger Silver Trophy for never visiting the merchant once, because like I said, I've already upgraded the knife and the pistol, so I didn't need to go and speak to the merchant in this run. And I would just always find supplies throughout the environment and find healing items throughout the environment. So yeah, those two trophies can easily be combined together in this one run, and it shouldn't really give you a problem because you're unassisted anyway, and you're always going to heal through your regen. So now we move on to the next step of the Platinum journey, and here we want to play on assisted, New Game Plus again, and this time go for a no healing run. So here we can now use the infinite rocket launcher, and just to note, the automatic healing that happens on assisted difficulty is fine. That won't void the trophy. It's only if you use green herbs, any combination of herbs, or the first aid sprays, that's what will void the trophy. And again, you can track this challenge stat in the challenge menu when you pause the game. So yeah, once you beat the entire game without ever healing once, you'll get the Silver Fugalist Trophy. So with that done, it's time to move on to step 6 of the run, which needs another playthrough of the game, this time on New Game Plus on Pro difficulty, and with the aim to get an A rank by finishing in under 7 hours in order to unlock the Chicago Sweeper machine gun. So here we're going to just use the rocket launcher that we've brought, the Infinite RPG, to just blast through everything and make Pro difficulty an absolute joke. And by the end of this playthrough, you should get 2 trophies. First up will be for beating the game on hardcore difficulty or higher, and it will be a silver trophy called Proficient Agent. And because we beat it on a higher difficulty than that, being on professional, we'll also get the gold trophy Peerless Agent for beating the game on pro difficulty. So we get a nice stack of difficulties trophies there, which unfortunately doesn't happen with other difficulty based trophies, but yeah, we at least get it done there, and it saves us one playthrough anyway. So you can see with the Infinite Rocket Launcher, I did the game on Pro in 3.5 hours. It was really easy, and you'll have a lot of fun with that one. Now we move on to step 7, which is a bit more of a challenge at least. So now we want to play a brand new game on a new save on hardcore difficulty with the aim to get an S plus rank by finishing in under 5.5 hours. So the trick here is that we want to use the Chicago Sweeper weapon that we unlocked, and in the village section of the game you want to do all of the merchant requests that you can in order to get 30 of those purple spinels, which is what he pays you in. Then once we get to the castle section of the game, the exclusive tickets will become available, and you can purchase one from the merchant using those spinels, and then use it on the Chicago Sweeper to give yourself infinite ammo. That way the rest of the playthrough will be a lot easy, and you'll be able to breeze through and easily get that trophy. I think when I finished my run, my times were something like just over 2 hours, maybe 2 hours 20, I think, for the village section. And then I think I was around almost 3 hours 50 minutes, I think, at the start of the island. And you can see there I finished it with 4 hours and 44 minutes, getting the S plus rank. So yeah, it is doable. I also got the Gun Fanatic Bronze Trophy at this point for getting all of the weapons. So you just buy all the weapons from the store, and there's a handy challenge stat that will keep track of all the weapons that you have brought. and you can buy them and then sell them, and they carry over across the playthroughs on your save files. You can even buy them all, make a save, then reload an earlier save and get all your money back if you wanted to. But as soon as you get the last one, and for me it was the hand cannon, you'll get that trophy. And now we can move on to the final step of the platinum run. All we have left to do now is a new game run on standard to get the S rank by finishing in under 5 hours. So this is basically just repeating what you just did on hardcore. So again, you'll want to do all of the merchant requests in the village section of the game to get all of the spinels, to then buy the ticket for the Chicago Sweepers infinite ammo in the castle section, and then the rest of the game will be a lot easier. And you can see I did this one in 4 hours and 23 minutes to get this one. Unfortunately, you can't use the rocket launcher infinite ammo because you're on a new game, and you can only get an S plus rank on new game. And at the end of that playthrough, you'll also get the Cuz Boredom Kills Me platinum trophy. Wow, what a platinum journey that was. I personally really enjoyed it, and I did it the hard way, completed a new game on pro difficulty without using any of the special bonus weapons like the knife or the Chicago Sweeper with infinite ammo, and it was an absolute pain at times, but I really enjoyed it. And this is an even easier platinum journey that you're bound to enjoy, so give it a go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Should You Platinum.